Have you ever felt like your voice was too small to be heard? Like your dreams were just a little too big for the world you lived in? Well, today, I want to tell you a story that will make you rethink the word impossible. It's a story about a filmmaker from the Philippines, a country known for its vibrant culture and passionate people, but not necessarily for its blockbuster movie industry. This is the story of how one person, with a camera, a vision, and a whole lot of heart, went from being an unknown dreamer to a globally celebrated storyteller. And the best part? They did it without the glitz, glamour, or gargantuan budgets of Hollywood. This is a testament to the idea that a powerful story, told with authenticity, can break through any barrier and touch hearts across the world. Let's rewind a bit. Imagine a bustling, colorful neighborhood in Manila. The air is thick with the smell of street food, the sound of jeepneys rumbling by, and the constant chatter of a community full of life. This is where our filmmaker, let's call them Kai, grew up. From a young age, Kai wasn't just observing life. Kai was capturing it. With an old, borrowed camera, Kai started documenting everything: the laughter of children playing in the streets, the quiet dignity of the elderly, the everyday struggles and triumphs of their neighbors. These weren't grand epics. They were small, intimate moments. But in these moments, Kai found something profound: the universal human experience. But here's the reality check. In the local film scene, the path to success seemed incredibly narrow. The industry was dominated by mainstream rom-coms and action flicks with big-name stars. It felt like there was a formula. And if you didn't fit into it, you were invisible. Kai's style was different. It was raw, it was quiet, and it was deeply personal. When Kai tried to pitch these stories, the response was almost always the same: it's too niche. It won't sell. Who wants to watch a movie about ordinary people? Rejection became a constant companion. Doors were closed, emails went unanswered, and funding applications were denied, time and time again. It's a moment every creative person dreads. The point where you start to question everything. Is my voice really not worth hearing? Am I just wasting my time? But that's not what happened. Instead of seeing these rejections as a stop sign, Kai saw them as a detour. If the traditional doors were closed, Kai would build a new one. This is where the real journey begins. Fueled by sheer determination, Kai decided to make the film anyway, on their own terms. This meant embracing a style of filmmaking born out of necessity. It's what many people call guerrilla filmmaking. Forget fancy equipment. The crew was a small group of passionate friends who believed in the vision. The actors were often non-professionals, real people from the community whose faces told stories words never could. The sets weren't constructed. They were the actual streets, markets, and homes of their neighborhood. Every single peso was stretched to its absolute limit. Making a film this way is a chaotic, beautiful dance. It's about improvising when a sudden rainstorm hits, or when a curious crowd gathers around your set. It's about finding creative solutions to problems that money would normally solve in an instant. Instead of a high-tech dolly for a smooth tracking shot, maybe you're using a skateboard. Instead of expensive lighting rigs, you're chasing the perfect golden light of the sunset. This process, while incredibly challenging, infused the film with a sense of authenticity that money simply can't buy. The film wasn't just about the community. It was the community. Every frame pulsed with the real energy and spirit of the place. After months of relentless work, sleepless nights, and countless sacrifices, the film was finally finished. It was a small, independent feature with no marketing budget and no big names attached. By all conventional industry standards, it was destined to be seen by a few friends and family members, and then disappear. But Kai had one last hope: the film festival circuit. You pack your story, your heart, and your hopes into a digital file and send it off, praying that someone, somewhere, will find it and understand. Kai submitted the film to several small local festivals first, and something amazing started to happen. It got accepted. And then it won a small award. It was just a trickle at first, but it was enough. The film started generating a quiet buzz. People who saw it were deeply moved. They saw their own lives, their own families, their own struggles reflected on screen. The story, so specific to its Manila setting, turned out to be incredibly universal. The themes of love, loss, resilience, and hope resonated with audiences in a way that big-budget spectacles often fail to. This small wave of recognition caught the attention of an international film festival programmer. It was a long shot, but they decided to program the film in a small, obscure section of a prestigious festival in Europe. This was the moment everything changed. On the other side of the world, in a dark theater full of critics and industry insiders who had never even been to the Philippines, Kai's film had its international premiere. As the credits rolled, there was a moment of stunned silence, followed by an eruption of applause that went on for several minutes. The critics were captivated. They wrote rave reviews, not about the special effects or the star power, but about the film's powerful emotional core, its stunningly natural performances, and its unique visual language. They praised Kai's bold and uncompromising vision. Suddenly, the filmmaker who couldn't get a meeting in their own country was the talk of the international film world. The film went on to screen at dozens of festivals, from Bizen to Berlin, from Toronto to Tokyo, winning awards and accolades along the way. Major publications that had never covered Filipino cinema before were now writing feature articles about this incredible new voice. Distribution companies, the very same types of companies that had ignored Kai's emails before, were now in a bidding war for the rights to release the film globally. When the film was finally released, it wasn't a blockbuster hit in the traditional sense, but it found its audience. It played in art house cinemas to sold-out crowds. People were connecting with it on a deeply personal level. A film didn't just entertain, it started conversations. It opened a window into a world that many had never seen, fostering empathy and understanding. What's truly beautiful about this story is what happened next. Kai didn't just take the newfound fame and run off to Hollywood. Instead, Kai used this global platform to shine a light back on other Filipino storytellers. Kai started a small production company dedicated to mentoring and funding emerging filmmakers who, just like Kai, had unique stories to tell but lacked the resources. The message was clear. My door is now open, and I'm holding it open for you too. This created a ripple effect, inspiring a new generation of filmmakers in the Philippines and across Southeast Asia to pick up their cameras and tell their own authentic stories, no matter how small they think their voice is. So, what's the lesson here? Kai's journey proves that the most powerful special effect in cinema is, and always will be, human emotion. It's a reminder that you don't need a massive budget to tell a story that matters. What you need is a unique perspective, the courage to be vulnerable, and the tenacity to keep going, even when everyone tells you no. Your voice, your story, your unique experience of the world has value. In an age of endless content and blockbuster fatigue, audiences are craving authenticity. They are craving connection. If you have a story burning inside you, whether it's a film, a book, a song, or a piece of art, don't let anyone tell you it's not commercial enough or mainstream enough. The world is bigger and more diverse than the gatekeepers would have you believe. Your niche might just be a global community waiting to be discovered. Kai's story is not just a story about film. It's a story about the power of the human spirit. It's about finding strength in your roots and turning limitations into your greatest assets. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most overlooked voices are the ones we need to hear the most. Thank you so much for watching. If this story inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about incredible people changing the world. See you in the next one.